What's good, King Gonda? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back with another episode of Dear African Americans, and this is catered towards people who are looking at repatriating to Uganda or possibly any other country on the African continent. And today we're talking about it's very important to build a community around yourself when you're repatriating to the continent of Africa. And this video is actually inspired by a brother that I've worked with before. I will look at someone as a mentor, Ron Wills, right? He's a talented author, talented writer, and he has a channel called Ron Wills About That Business. And the video that he talks about is you need to build a community around any successful business, right? And you see the video title there. I might not have it word for word, but I'm gonna play an excerpt of that right now because he talks about how in Black communities or in any communities, successful businesses build communities around the business, which I have talked about here on this channel before by building communities around whatever you're doing. But I want you to hear this, and I want you to take this same principle to moving to maybe another city. It could be in America, but specifically if you come to the continent of Africa, you're gonna wanna use these tips, and here are some reasons why. Let's go ahead and play that soundbite.
Welcome to Ron Wills, Money Matters. Community is the key to a successful business. And this ain't even really quite a follow-up to my previous podcast when I talked about money circulation in the Black community. But this is regardless of race, creed, religion, any nationality. The key to a business is the community, either that the community that it's in or the community that it creates. And ironically, I was introduced to that not in a business course or reading some book. I was introduced to it when I was working at this particular gym. Oh yeah, I've worked, how many gyms have I worked at? 3 gyms. So I was working at this gym. It was a hotel gym. And I remember something that the assistant manager said, which I'll never forget. I will never, ever forget. The assistant manager was like, you know, this is a community we created here. And I thought about that because at the previous gym I worked at, the way we make money it was a community. And ever since then, I would always pay attention to any business I went into, any business where people could interact. Now, like I tell you, a great place that actually creates communities, coffee shops, tea shops, any place where people can sit down and chill. That's why you had a lot of coffee shops, a lot of chains that created something, because people would come in there and they would interact. And people actually need that. You know, malls when they were big were like a community thing. They were supported by the community. Any place that people could come, right? And so, you know, it's 2 things. It's a place where people can gather, but also a place that creates something. Even online, like if say you have an online business, right? And something like maybe you have videos, a blog on there, you can actually create something online. I remember back in the early 2000s when there was a message board I used to frequent. It was blackvoices.com. And before it was sold to AOL, it did pretty well, but what it was a community of people that were supporting it, that were showing up. See, that's the thing. And I know like on one of my private websites, it's a community of people. Like a community is basically this one, I mean, and it's good for, you have a business, people consistently support it. Indeed, that thing about like a business being a community, I saw it again at a bookstore that was in Oxon Hill, Maryland. And I remember the owner of the store, I'll never forget what he said. He said, you know, he only needed about 100 people to buy something every month to make his money. And, you know, but what that was a community because You come in there and a certain amount of people, and they talk and then they come back because people need that. People need that. Barbershops and beauty salons are communities. If you ever go into a barbershop, you start seeing the same people, and some people are just there to hang out. But it's a community. See, the beauty of a community that's repeat customers because they'll support it. They'll keep the money going. And then all of a sudden, all you have to do after that is just gradually keep, new people. Because, people going to rotate in and out. But as long as you have a core, that's pretty good. Like any business that you create, as best as possible, either create a community to support it or be in a community.
Ron Wills is a very successful entrepreneur and a very, very smart businessman. I want you to go check out his main channel or his channel below in the first comment, Ron Wills About That Business, and tell him that I sent you. Now, why are we talking about this? Now, for some people, it's not about business, it's about repatriating. But let me tell you this, you cannot do anything on the continent of Africa without building the local community around whatever you're trying to do. Now, if you're a person that is retired, you already have a pension, it's no problem. You don't have to really focus so much on building the community. But if you're a person looking to get into entrepreneurship, you're a person looking to collaborate, guess what? Everything you do is building a community around what you do. For example, for me, I came here to Uganda, I knew nobody, right? But I build a community around everything that I do. You guys see the Club Kinganda. I built the community around DJ Nacello, DJ Alicia, Now in my community, I have the Expat Assist, the Brand Factory, I have so many people now in the professional community because I'm a part of, the Design Hub community. I'll be doing an interview with them next week. Tubayo, I include them into my community. The local people, if it's a person that may clean my house, if it's a person that might do some washing and drying for me, all of that is included in the community, right? And what I try to do as far as in the business sector of Uganda is I try to build everything in the community, right? Everybody around me to be able to collaborate, to be able to add value to them, they can add value to me. And I think for repats, when we come to a new place, we forget that we need to build the communities around us. If you're looking to get into business and you're in the local markets, guess what? You need to build a community around whatever you do. Even on Kinganda, in this social hub of a community, as a channel is growing, you know what I gotta do? I have to build a community around the subscriber base. I don't always do the best job of it, but I have to do so. You see me asking questions on the community tab, right? I ask people questions on the community tab so I can get feedback. That's called what? Building a community. And I think a lot of times we leave America and want to go back to the continent of Africa and we want to go anywhere and we forget about this. If you want to start a business, businesses are supported by communities. Collaborations are supported by communities. Business arrangements are supported by communities, right? You cannot do anything without that, especially in the continent of Africa where you don't know the language a lot of times, you don't know the customs, you don't know the market. You need people to tell you these things. I know this is very repetitive of me, but I want you to get this clear so that when you come to the continent of Africa and you want to even visit, start building communities around your first visit. Don't wait until you move here to build a community. If you want to visit first, start building communities first and foremost. I told you all the time, co-working spaces are great to build professional networks, professional communities. Get-togethers are great to build professional communities. You guys heard of Kim the Comic, right? And I'm gonna end with this. You know how he found me? On accident. One day, he got a offer to do a video shoot. One was with a DJ. It was only paying about $12. Another person was about $40, right? In Ugandan shillings, a private person. $50 actually. But he said, you know what? The DJ guy I want to go and do something for, it's less money, but it's more of a professional network. And if I can go and build a community around a professional network, in the future, it will get me more money. Well, he met Jonita that day. and Jonita referred him to me. And he's been here working ever since, right? He's made way more money and got way more opportunities than that. So build the community around your repatriation, even if it's online, right? I mean, if it's in person, keep building communities around your repatriation so that things are not as bad. Things can be helped out. You need a support system. You need things in business, right? So guys, check that out. Thank you for Ron Wells for the great content, brother. I really appreciate it. Check him out. First comment pinned to the top. And guys, I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening to King Ghana. Thank you for watching. And as you know, keep it real. King Ghana forever. I'm out.